Hello everyone and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. In the last one we learned about Karma. Basically we can sum it up to Karma had a very happy past. He had the father who was very doting on him and didn't seem to care that Karma always tried to shirk responsibility, even going so far as to call him his little chameleon, which is a nice little cute nickname if you ask me. And the reason why Karma brought that up, we were offered a choice between a cupcake that had pearls on it, which Elly found cute, or a cupcake with a chameleon that reminded her of Karma because of the colors Karma wears. We chose a chameleon and apparently it was the right choice. Elly also told her own story about how she felt at the palace and how her mother taught her not to trust anybody. Karma felt sad for her and Elly was a little taken aback that someone actually feels sorry for her rather than chide her. So today's a new day and we are apparently in the middle of town, possibly helping Karma with his duties. So let's begin. I've been at the Marchen for a couple months now and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Today I went out to town with Waltz to buy ingredients for parfait. Okay, so we're with Waltz today. The two of us have both been very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Waltz. Princess? What? Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? Princess? Does Waltz not like my company? Is that why he's asking why he had to fill in for Karma? He said he was tired. As we know from the last two episodes, Karma actually trains Garland and Jurian at night, so that could explain why. Unless... You remember the Beauty and the Beast story? Okay, we're gonna go with Disney for a second here. Remember how Beast actually only had a limited amount of time to live until his rose completely wilted? Is that what's happening with Karma? Is he feeling weak because his time limit is running short? Oh no. Oh. Waltz turns his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. The town feels different today. It does? I feel as if there are people watching us. How can you tell? With practice, I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. Wonder why. Was he a thief? Before you were cursed. Why? Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. An adult. Oh, right. You have the Neverland curse. You remembered. Yes, I have the Neverland curse. I told you what that was in a tavern once. You were stuck as a child when you should be a man. Right. It's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it. Waltz is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. The two of us go into a store where we find the little cups that Parfait asks us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His help is nice for a change. I've become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. So, have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace that I have not. But you have changed. I still don't see how I have changed at all. So it looks like everyone is noticing a change in Elly. And actually, we are too, right? You all notice a change, right? Please tell me you do. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good. Sometimes in order to do good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He is selfish, flamboyant, and acts as if the world revolves around him. But you're still partnered with him. That's quite true. I am. I'm okay with Karma's company. Most of the people judge and shun me. But Karma hasn't done that, and he's even mentioned enjoying my company. I have become more tolerant of him too. Hey, looks like the ice around her heart is starting to melt. Oh, Princess! Waltz's eyes light up, and I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathering around the center of the town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd telling people's fortunes. We should go see if we can get our fortunes told. Come on! Fortune telling. Still a little iffy about that subject, but some people enjoy it. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half of the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around in the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. The crowd is dense though, and in no time at all I have lost him. Waltz! I call for him, but I do not see him over the dozens of people in front of me. How careless. I will wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd and go to the edges of an alleyway. But Waltz still does not appear. 10 minutes go by and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, madame? I feel someone grab my hand. Uh-oh. This could be trouble. The music changed. I slap them away and take a step back. When I turn, I find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I want to help you return to the palace, Princess Elly. Wait. Wait. I'm a little confused. No, he's either cursed, because he doesn't seem like a cursed person. He seems too conspicuous. Is he actually a witch in disguise? You know who I am? I do, Princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king. I doubt that. But the king does not remember me. The only people that would remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. So who exactly is this man? You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Now come, I'm sure everyone at the palace will be very happy to see you. The man grabs me roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. The first thing I try to do is scream, but the man clamps his free hand over my mouth. The crowd is getting farther from us, and no one can see us in the shadows. Oh no. Princess, I swear on my word that I'll bring you back to the palace. No. Screw it. No, wait. Elly's weak, isn't she? We should wait for an opening. Elly has already proven she's strategic, except in some circumstances, but she's pretty weak, so we're gonna wait for an opening. You will be expecting me to fight back. I have to hold my ground until there's an opening. What would Jurian and Garland do in this situation? They would probably stab him. Nice and obedient. Yeah, better that way. After all, I'm not a bad guy. The man walks me down the alleyway, his hold on me still tight. I am forced to walk with him until we get to a dead end. Now where was that passageway he was talking about? Now's my chance. What is this I see before me? Karma! Yes! I looked to see Karma standing on the rooftop right above us in a disguise holding a sword. A broad grin on his face? What the hell is he doing up on the rooftop? Madame, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry, his earlier jovial personality fallen away. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I can see. Even in his long dress, the glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Now I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? Tisk, this isn't worth it. What was that about? Looks like Karma doesn't kill without a reason. Very noble. The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. Princess! Waltz approaches me from where the man had run. So, did you meet the coward fellow on your way here? I bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma and Waltz's voice become faded and is indistinct as my vision blurs. She really passes out in tense situations. This happened last time, when her and Waltz were running away from the two men back in, I believe, episode 3. I am suddenly light on my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier has dissipated into thin air. I feel tired. Princess! Before I can collapse, I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy, princess. I close my eyes and fall into blackness. When I wake up, Anise is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I rise slowly from my bed. Wow, this is really a callback to when she first entered the Marchen. Anise. Oh, princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Dolora and Lady Parfait said you were just out because of the shock, but still. How long have I been asleep? Just a few hours, princess. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Dolora says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. Just thinking about Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is scouting the town looking for the man that captured you. And Karma? I think he might be in his room, princess. He's got patrol tonight, so he's resting a bit though. Karma goes on patrol too? Fascinating. I thought he just trained Garland and Jurian. If he has patrol tonight, then that must mean he was resting this morning too. How did he know I needed help? Do you need anything, princess? No, I am going to visit Karma. What? To thank him? She looks so happy. However, he knew, if Karma hadn't been there, things would not have ended so well. Yes, that's sweet, princess. Oh, Lady Dolora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it. Okay. I wait until Anise leaves the room before I follow after her. It is only after I exit my room that I realize I do not know where Karma's room is. Anise must have assumed that I already knew with us being partners and all. It's fine. I do not need Anise's assistance for this. I can find Karma's room on my own. It takes me some time, but eventually I find a room with his name on the door in careful flowery letters. It suits him. Really? Elly? I simply open the door without thinking to knock. Oh my. He has flowery nipples. I expect to find Karma lying in bed, but instead he is standing in front of a mirror, changing his clothes. Princess? Oh, I do not think I've ever seen a shirtless man before. Oh my, how does she take this? Oh, indeed. Oh, Karma. He turns to me and the realization that he is standing there just in his pants hits me hard in the stomach. My face feels incredibly, uncomfortably warm. Ooh, she's blushing. Why are you just standing there? Put on your clothes. And then I notice a large tattoo on his chest. It is a rose ensnared by many vines. I stare at it for a few moments before Karma puts a hand there to conceal it. It's rude to come to a lady's room unannounced, you know. Oh, Karma. Pretty much in the beginning of the episode, I said there was a rose that was wilting. I wonder if that tattoo on his chest actually starts to wilt over time, and that signifies how much time he has left. I think he's going to die, unless the curse is broken, basically. I'm kind of taking a liking to Karma. Karma seems, honest. Karma slips his usual dress on carefully over his head and then approaches me. I take a step back without realizing. Karma raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me mischievously. It's a familiar look, but it rattles me more now than it ever has before. My princess, you're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Hey, I just realized Karma isn't wearing lipstick. That's so weird. Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now, what did you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. I'm barely able to stifle a sigh. Well, I cross my arms and frown at him. His smile makes it harder to get my next words out. I came here to thank you. Whoa, what a shocker, eh, Karma? Do my ears deceive me? What did you say, princess? Princess? Thank you for saving me. Wow. Character growth, everyone. I'm liking it. You are quite welcome, princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. But princess, don't you owe me something? So Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room unannounced, after all. What's he talking about? Since you broke into my room, I demand you help me with my makeup. Then I'll forget your transgression. Karma, it's funny. Your makeup? Yes, darling. I thought you were resting, but you were going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense, I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I am going to agree to this. Why? Ah, what a splendid day today is. Come, princess, let's do this by a mirror. Karma pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. I do not even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, princess? The smile. What? What are your eyes attracted to most on a person's face? When they're laughing? When they smile? Why is he asking me for my opinion on something so trivial? If someone was smiling, the first feature I would look at on their face would be... Ooh, it's a tricky one. Okay, I'm gonna do something that's personally me. You always look at a person's eyes first. So the eyes? Eyes are the mirrors to your soul, as they say. Does that mean you always look into my eyes, princess? The minute he says that, I look into his eyes. Karma flutters his eyelashes at me, and I look back down and grumble. What was that? A trick? Made you look. What'd you think? Think. Of my eyes, do they draw you in? I've never looked at Karma's eyes closely, but now that he keeps talking about them, I cannot help but look closer. His eyes are a pretty color. She's pretty. Looks like she's pretty mad now. You don't have to answer that, princess. I was just kidding. Of course. Your eyes, on the other hand, are beautiful. You and Rumpel really are the same person. You both spoke nonsensical compliments. Nonsensical? Oh, princess, I'm so offended. I mean what I say, unlike that fool. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Wait, I didn't see a jewel. Did I get it right? Was that a right answer? Aw. Just don't make me look like a clown, princess. I know how much you like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself? And miss the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense. If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. I always put effort into my hair as mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess, but I've never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies and I start layering the colors on his face. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I do not think I even did something like this with Mother. You know, Princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. I pause and raise an eyebrow at him. Wonder why? What? You've been helping me for a while, and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What you did today was just coincidence. Coincidence? Oh, we get to know why I was there. I'd heard you went to town with Waltz, and so I followed you too. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me, even when there were many other people who didn't. I have good eyes, probably. Probably. It is not like you to be so humble. Elly, I am, once again, offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go into town today. I was worried. It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps. Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I am not? Actually, they seem very concerned about Elly. Like, those two specifically. Karma closes his eyes momentarily, and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora or Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first? Yes. Oh. Ah, the hierarchy of things. Karma ranks higher than Delora and Parfait. Karma falls into silence, and I continue to work, swabbing blush on his high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No, he said only that he worked for the king before telling me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized you. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want to do with me? Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones who can see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I suppose either way, the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Is it possible that a witch gave a comment or description of you? But then why would? Karma starts talking and looks up at me with something like sympathy. Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous? And what did they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, Princess, we will figure this out. Okay, so I had a theory before where Elly's mother was actually the High Witch who held the Tenebrarum. I feel like that's actually true, so like I said before, I'm also hoping I'm right. Although, for my intellect, the sake of my intuition, not for Elly being captured or anything like that. Okay, so I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it is possible that even they might not know everything. I need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time I'll be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are as cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. That's what I said. Next time I'll make sure that you're definitely not alone. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I'm not some damsel in distress, you know. Oh, Elly, sometimes you have to admit your weaknesses in order to strengthen them. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. What's wrong? Nothing. Okay, so my theory that Karma might actually be the commander of Jurian and Garland, it still feels like it's true. Kind of. He moves his hand away from his face and stands up, sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant, and his posture stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I hadn't finished your makeup though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Oh, sometimes simple is better. Or would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you, Princess. I take it back. We're definitely done. Good. Thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes, and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to leave you, darling. I have business in town, and then patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but... Thank you. He is thanking me for putting on his makeup? It was such a small thing. You're welcome. You already thanked me, though. Well, now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as a normal person. That doesn't make sense, but... It's Karma. A lot of things he says do not make any sense. I leave the room with Karma, and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess, took you long enough to come see us. Anise told us you were unharmed. We're glad to see you safe, princess. So how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listen and only exchange a solemn glance when I am done. You know something about all of this that I don't. Why would the witches be after me in the first place? You remember what we said about the Tenebrum corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can. That is why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here, so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you. To protect me? I feel like there is more to this that they are hiding, but I do not think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything. Forgive us, princess, we're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though, if it was a human that captured you, he must be working with the witches somehow. Troublesome to say the least, but we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out. Until we figure out who the man is and who he's working for, you need to have an escort with you out of the Marchen at all times. Do you understand? And once you figure it out, you will tell me? The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. Why are they hiding? Very suspicious. They are obviously keeping secrets, and right in front of me. We'll tell you once everything falls into place. Don't worry, princess, we will never let you be put in any danger. I believe that, but I'm still curious. The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Why is Karma showing up again? Okay, why not? The days go by slowly, and I make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Delora and Parfait are busy talking with ren'py about his curse in his room. Tonight is a perfect night to go and wander to town by myself. Hey, she was given orders to not leave the Marchen by herself. This renegade. I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Delora and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the Marchen since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at a table. I have just finished working for the day, and the activity in the Marchen is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the Marchen. Jurian is walking around the room to make sure that there are no problems. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice two men pause halfway across the room to glance back at her. I can overhear their words from where I am. Are these those same douchebags who were being jerks to Jurian? Shame that she's a knight, eh? She's the proud type, too proud to let a man dote on her. Bleeding shame indeed, but do you think if I tried to say something to her? You too. Haha, go Garland. Garland is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face. Is there a problem? Okay, so they're not the douchebags who were picking on Garland a few episodes ago. Doors are closing for the night. I'm going to ask you to please leave. No need to be so uptight, lad. We're on our way out now. The two men walk out and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. He's a little bit jelly. He's more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anise had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him. Garland. Oh, you're in trouble. You okay? Of course. You think you can fool me. I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you. Neither of the knights seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Jurian is looking insistently at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jurian reaches out and pokes his shoulder, and he looks up startled. Still the same as always, the silent, watchful knight. Only says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he hurriedly looks away. Patrol starting soon, I'll be heading out first. Okay, stay safe. Garland nods at her with his little smile before he leaves the tavern. Going to sleep soon, princess? I was just going to head out. I stand up and get ready to move to my room, but stop once more to look at Jurian. Did you hear what those men were saying? Oh, about me being too proud or something? So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing. It doesn't bother me. They're right. I've been independent for a long time, and I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I can take care of myself. Blunt and to the point, Jurian was really admired for that honesty in the palace. The only other men I've trusted before are my fellow knights. Garland most of all, since we've always been partners. Ooh. Garland has a shot. Do not explain any further. I decide that is for the better. The sooner everyone has cleared out, the sooner I can leave the Marchen. Tonight is the night I go looking for answers. Oh man, things might take a dark turn here. Okay, let's hope for her safety. Sorry, Karma, but I can handle myself. I'm going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough not to land myself into trouble. Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything, as I am exploring the town tonight. I should have brought along some kind of weapon, but then I would have had to steal a knife from the kitchen. I am not a thief. You could have borrowed it, and then put it back when you're done. Hours passed before I passed a tavern filled with knights. Deciding that I will at least listen to what is happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying. I hear that young Fritz is having a hard time of it. Fritz. I feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcaster thinks he's gone mad. Fritz is cursed? Well, he does keep talking about a princess that doesn't exist. Oh my god, Fritz is cursed too. Fritz still remembers me, but how? Even his father is growing weary of his babbling. Sir Mithros forced him on break the other day. He didn't seem very happy. Sir Mithros must think he's crazy too. Poor Fritz. Can he keep a secret? The knights look at each other and I lean as close as I possibly can. Apparently the boy spoke some truth, though Sir Alcaster doesn't quite believe it. He's looking for the daughter of the previous queen. Eh? The witch had a daughter. The witch! The previous queen? Are you talking about mother? How dare they call her a witch? No, oh my god, my theory? It might actually be right. Apparently she did, though I don't remember such a girl. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her. What would Sir Alcaster need this girl for? I am assuming she's dangerous and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me? I'm curious, how are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyway? Does she have any features? Aye, they described her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck. I should get out of here. I turn to leave the town, but my cloak snags on the door and falls to the floor, tripping me up in the process. I end up falling halfway into the tavern, where the chatter abruptly stops. Is this, a lady? The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloaks from their fingers, but they pull it away from me, and I stumble into one of them. Madame. He moves to take my hand, and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face and her necklace. You think she was spying on us? Witch! One of the knights grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me towards him. He is far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Unhand me right now. I am no witch. Then there should be no problem. We're just going to take you in, and if there's some big misunderstanding, we'll repay you ourselves, miss. No, let me go. This behavior is not fitting of a knight. Come now, miss. Let's go back quietly. Oh man. Okay, this time, since the last time we were about to be taken away, we let him take us to look for an opportunity. I think this time we're gonna fight our way free because it's dark. These are knights. I don't think they'd kill Elly, which is a good thing. So we're gonna try and fight. But holy crap, is her mother really a witch? And that would make her the high witch who had Tender Brown. Because the witches took over the kingdom. Wouldn't the high witch have sat on the throne? Oh man, okay. Oh. Okay, let's see. I may be outnumbered, but I cannot let myself be caught. Maybe the people at the bar will help me. I open my mouth to scream, but one knight covers my mouth as some attention falls on us. Nothing to fear here, fellow. Just a criminal we've apprehended. I struggle in their grasp, but the men are too strong for me. Don't fight back, ma'am. Resistance is futile. Uh-oh. We need Karma, Waltz, or... Ooh, maybe Fritz, because he's looking for... They'd mentioned Fritz, so he might actually make an appearance in this episode. Everyone in the bar looks, scared of me. This is even worse than everyone glaring at me. I try to blink back the tears as they come to my eyes. Come on, let's take her to the palace. The knights lead me out onto the empty streets. Why? Why did I have to be so stubborn? The knights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the knights. There's fear in their eyes. But I've done nothing wrong. Ma'am, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking our rank on this as well. I don't know. I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? Oh. What's happening here? Karma. I look up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking towards us. What's he doing here, and why isn't he in his disguise? Gentlemen, I ask you to unhand that woman. As a knight, I would be ashamed to be seen treating a lady so terribly. And who are you? Her husband. Is what? Unhand her, gentlemen, or or taste my blade. Sir, we were just going to take her to the palace too. I will give you on the count of 3. One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws his sword. I stare at Karma, who continues to count though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his sheath. Karma and the knight trade blows, but it is Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slides past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Karma reaches back with his free hand to knock the knight out with a blow to the head. It may just be my imagination, but for a few moments I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. The knight holding me up holds up his hands in surrender. I yield, sir. It seems no matter how the situation turns out, you are dishonorable. Please, sir. Karma knocks him out and then stands beside me as he sheaths his sword. Karma, a few moments, Elly. Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knights' throats. I watch him quietly, fearing that I might have killed them, but the knights only seem to be asleep. A potion that Parfait gave me. It will make the men forget they ever saw you. When Karma stands again, I notice a glimmer of blood on his hand and stare. You're hurt. It's nothing. I am sorry. Come on, princess, let's go back. Aw. I wonder what would happen if we basically just tried to talk to the knights. He pulls me right out onto the main street and doesn't let go of my hand. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma has saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he is injured. He says it's nothing, but his bloody hand does not move at all. Why do I have to be so stubborn and insist I can handle myself? I do not speak for a long time. Eventually I notice people start to stare. Though before long the staring grows worse. Young women begin following us, giggling from behind. I turn to Karma, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Oh god, it's his curse. Uh-oh. Karma? Sorry, princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk. Those girls are walking right behind us. This is... his curse? Karma. Elly, I just said that I'm in no mood to talk. Did you not hear me? We're being followed. Oh crap. He stares behind us, almost stupidly, and then laughs hollowly when the girls see his face. They start to rush towards us, their voices rising and blend together into horrendous cacophony. Run, Karma. Run! Karma's not moving though. He looks resigned. Maybe he's too tired to realize what he wants to do. I tighten my grip on Karma's hand and pull him away, my pace quickening to a run as the girls chase after us, screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them. Elly, what are you doing? Getting us out of here. Elly. I lead him through the town and into little nooks and crannies where we manage to lose some of the crowd. Karma often leads me through some of these spaces as shortcuts. Waltz knew them too. Once we are alone again, I stop, falling to my knees and letting go of Karma's hand as I catch my breath. That really was a curse, having to run away from so many mindless women? That was... difficult. Elly? What? I did not mean to snap, but the tiredness is pressing on me too. You helped me out of that. Of course I did. Why would I want to be chased by girls? You could have left me behind and gone on alone. Instead you helped me. You helped me too. I guess I paid you back. Though to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying you for saving me. I just knew that I didn't want Karma to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. Good deed. This is a good deed, right? He was right about his curse. That is terrible. I just realized something. Good deed. Good deed. This is a good deed. Give me a piece of the necklace. Karma kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. My curse has people forget me, and yours has even strangers become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposites of each other, and yet we seem so similar. My eyes widen when I realize what I just said. We are similar, aren't we? He holds out his good hand to me, and I let him lead me back to the tavern, through the abandoned alleyways. My feet are heavy and all I want to do is sleep, but suddenly Karma is standing before me, his face grave. Elly, I have to thank you for helping me earlier. I'm sorry I froze like that and made it more difficult on you. It was so sudden, and I was so tired I had no motivation to move. Shouldn't I be thanking you? I'll accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me in the first place. You should not have gone out on your own when you knew how dangerous it could be for you. I am sorry. I'll accept your apology too because I lost sleep over this. I have no words for how I feel right now. Princess. Ooh. Kissy kissy. Karma reaches for my hand again, and this time, he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Wait a minute. Last time Karma got this close, Elly slapped him. Or slapped him away. But on another note, look on his chest. There's a flower there too. Suspicious. Suddenly all of my tiredness falls away. You really are a handful. But a delightful handful. I'm going to bandage this hand and then rest. We'll speak later about all of this, okay? But the blood. The bleeding stopped on its own, Elly. But it does need to be treated. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Are you sure? Wow. Elly, I think she's falling in love. Awesome. As sure as I can be, I don't lie, not even for the sake of a pretty lady. Karma lets my hand go as soon as we enter the Marchen and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. I watch him go, my mind whirling. She's blushing! Does he usually kiss women's hands? No, I don't think so. Oh, chapter's over? Aw, I want some more. Aw, everyone, I'm so sad. I want to see some more lovey-dovey stuff. But we're doing chapter by chapter, so I am forced to resign. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. It looks like Karma and Elly looks like they're both opening up. Very nice to see, if you ask me. But the hints I've been getting all throughout the episode, that Elly has to return to the palace. They're calling the previous queen a witch, which basically they aren't talking about Ophelia, they're actually talking about Elly's mother. Also, this isn't really a hint, but Fritz remembers Elly. That must mean he's cursed. But there's also Sir Alcaster who's also looking for Elly. Does that mean he's cursed too? It's interesting. Are they both cursed, and why are they looking for Elly? And also my theory about Karma and his limited lifespan, and Elly being the daughter of the previous Tenebron bearer, which is the High Witch, who I still think, because they ruled the kingdom before they were taken down by the fairies and the humans, that the High Witch would have to have sat on the throne in order to actually have taken over the kingdom. So it's basically the evidence is pointing more and more to Elly being the High Witch's daughter. I don't think the Tenebron was found. So does that mean Elly is the only one who can handle the power of the Tenebron? Oh man, only time will tell, I guess. Well, this is actually it. I hope you all enjoyed this because I personally found this episode quite enjoyable to read through. So yeah, definitely make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, and definitely come back next week. I have a feeling we're getting pretty close to the end. I really gotta check out how many chapters there are, as well as the proper path. I'll probably do all that after I finish Karma's path. But also, if you're really enjoying this and you want to support the channel, then go ahead and check out the links in the description to do just that. And like I said, make sure you come back next week. Things are getting really exciting. So I'll see you all then.